Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Now, I'm spitting, hold up, y'all. I will put the timestamp of when we start Hot Topics in the description box. Let me just tell y'all what happened, okay? So, because I know some people don't like to hear my story. So, again, I'll put the timestamp to when Hot Topics start in the description box. So, I was supposed to go to the BET Awards. I purchased a ticket and everything. I have been telling y'all for the longest. I was like, I want to go to the BET Awards. I don't know why. I just had like an itch to just go to the BET Awards, but I was like, girl, how am I going to get there? Okay, because I didn't know how. Like, I didn't know the process. Like, I didn't know if they really sold tickets or if the people, the people who came, outside of the celebrities, were they a plus one? Did they know somebody to get them through the door? So I have been checking. Once I saw the BET Awards was going to be on, was it June the 9th? Whenever it was, Monday. I was like, hold up, because I always thought the awards came on like on a Sunday. So I was so confused. And then plus I thought it came on later, and I thought they happened later in the month. And so when I saw the date and it was on a Monday, I was like, this can't be right. And so I kept searching and searching and searching for tickets, but I could never see where you could purchase tickets. So I was like, well, maybe you can't buy tickets. And then one day I just happened to go to Peacock Theater, their website, and they had tickets on sale. I was like, oh, I was like, hold up. So they have tickets on sale. Um, I was like, okay. I was looking at the prices. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, so I found one. I was like, okay, you can do this one. Um, so I got the ticket, and then I ended up going to bet.com because I kept going to bet.com, but the only thing that would come up prior to me purchasing my ticket was the BET experience. I guess the things that lead up to the actual award show, and I'm like, I don't, I want to go to the actual award show. And then when I went back, they also had tickets available to purchase through the website, but it just took you to, I think, the Peacock website. But anyways, so they do have tickets. I was telling one of my friends, he didn't even know they sold tickets. I was like, yes. So for those who want to go to the BET Awards in the future, they do sell tickets. I don't think they go on sale until like a month or so, 4 weeks before the actual day. Um, so anyways, um, I'm trying to get my stuff together, and I'm trying to get my outfit together. At one point, I was stressing myself out like I was going to be on the red carpet. Then I had to remind myself, girl, uh, girl, girl, you not even gonna be near the red carpet. Relax. And then at one point I thought I was gonna be on stage. Girl, you're not even gonna be near the stage. You're definitely not getting on the stage. Okay? So I had to relax myself. But I still wanted to be cute. And I'm not gonna lie, girl, y'all would have been so proud of my outfit. I saw the direction I was going into, and I was like, okay. Once I kind of saw, because I was all over the place, but once I kind of I started to get it together basically, and I was getting really, 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 really excited about my outfit. It was so cute. It was like cute and fly. It really, really was. And so, anyways, I knew I knew where I was going, but I was going to finish it when I got to LA. Because I was doing different things basically. So, anyways, I went to the nail shop, went to the dentist. Girl, I'm trying to make sure teeth right, nails done. Okay, outfit check, nails check, teeth check, haircut check. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get it all together because I don't know who I'm gonna bump into. I'm sure I'm thinking like I'm sure it's gonna be a few cousins in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be cute just in case I bump into a couple of cousins in the crowd. And I was gonna leave on first. At first, I was gonna leave on Saturday. Then I changed my mind. I'm just gonna leave on Sunday. And so I left on. I was gonna leave on Sunday. Yeah, I was gonna leave on Sunday, and I was gonna go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then come back Wednesday. So, anyways, I go, take care of my business, and then around, I think it was Thursday or Friday, I feel a little tingling in my throat. I said, wait. I said, wait a minute, girl. Now, mind you, I think I just had strep throat. Well, I never went to the doctor, but based off what I saw, I think I had strep throat. So I was like, hold up, something ain't right. And then I got nervous because I had just saw on the blogs that there was like a new like COVID or something like that. So of course I got nervous about that. But I'm like, girl, I really don't go anywhere. Um, and so I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to go to LA to the BET Awards. I bought my ticket. I'm excited. Um, and I was like, but I feel like I don't want to get sick, but I feel like something is happening. And it was like, Jay, you better go. And I was like, I'm thinking I'm going to be okay because you know your body. And then I woke up Saturday and I was like, okay, I felt okay. I really did. I went and got my hair cut Saturday, and then I still felt a little ding 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 right there, And I was at the grocery store and Tatum called me. And she was like, hey, Uncle Rodney. I was like, hey, Tatum, what's going on, girl? She was like, so you're going out of town. I think my sister told her I was going out of town. And I was like, why? She was like, you always say you're poor. I said, I am poor. She was like, no, you're not, Uncle Rodney. Where are you going? I was like, I'm going to Los Angeles. She was like, you just went to Los Angeles. I went to Las Vegas. I heard Sloan in the back talking about you just went to Las Vegas. I was like, no, y'all went to. You just went to Los Angeles. I was like, no, I just went to Las Vegas. I'm going to Los Angeles now. So, anyways, she asked what I was doing. I said I was at the grocery store and I was trying to get some medicine because I felt like I was about to get sick, but I was trying to catch it before it came. And so we just talking on the phone. And then, anyways, baby, I come home. Girl, my stuff's still laying right here. I have 2 suitcases. Okay, I had my carry-on, I had my check-in, and then I had my backpack. Okay, and I'm packing my bags. I'm like, I'm good. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good in the morning. Don't worry about it. I'm taking the medicine right, baby. I wake up Sunday morning, baby, because my flight was supposed to leave at. That's a lie. I just told a lie. I just told a lie. My flight was supposed to leave at 11, so I set my alarm for 8 o'clock. No, I just told a lie. My flight was supposed to leave at 12. 11:55. Okay, listen. My flight was supposed to leave at 11:55 a.m. Okay? So I set my alarm for 8 o'clock because I like to give myself enough time and all that good stuff, right? Um, but then I was like, you know what? Change your flight. So I changed my flight to the 7 o'clock flight, which means that I was going to get to LA at 8:30 p.m. And I was like, that's fine. Even though I would have been missing the full day on Sunday, I was like, I just want to give myself enough time, just in case if I don't feel that well, I can figure some stuff out. So I changed my flight that Saturday night. That's what it was. And plus, I really only planned on going to the club Sunday night. So I was going to go to the clubs and then I was going to come back home. Well, once I got to LA, I was going to, start figuring out the rest of my outfit, and then I was going to get dressed, go to the club, and then come back to my hotel, and then figure out my outfit. Okay, so I really didn't have nothing planned for Sunday, honestly. Just bounce around a couple of bars, a couple of clubs, and then go back home. So, anyways, I wake up Sunday, and I remember going to sleep around probably like it was late. Y'all not gonna sleep late sometimes. Around like 5 or 6 in the morning. And then I woke up, it was like 11 something in the morning. And when I woke up, I said, oh my God. I said, no, 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 throat, girl, snot, girl, eyes running when I found it. I said, oh my God. So I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? So I'm like, okay, take some medicine. Girl, so I took some medicine. And long story short, I couldn't make it. I was like, girl, should you go to LA? And I started feeling trifling. I was like, girl, if you get on this plane, Hold up, y'all. So I was telling myself at one point I really was about to just go and get on the plane, and then I started telling myself, even though my flight left later, basically that night, um, I was just like, that would be so trifling. Girl, for you to get your sick ass on that plane, knowing, okay, they got everybody sick because you're trying to get down to the BT Awards, and you're not going. And I was like, I'm not going to enjoy myself because I know what's about to happen. Um, I know now I feel how I feel. This is going to be this way at least for a couple of days, which will be my stay in LA. So I was like, you're going to get to LA. You're going to be upset because you're going to be sniffling and nose running. You're not going to be able to have a cocktail. You're really not going to be able to go out. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to just be a mess. So I was like, I just had to cancel it. So I had to hurry up and go to the website and try to resell my ticket. Believe it or not, girl, my ticket for the BT Awards sold within like a couple of hours. I was surprised. And I was like, oh, now I didn't get all of my money back, but I will say I got the majority. Basically, I got like everything back except for like $40 or $50. So I wasn't mad at that. I just wanted to sell the ticket for as much as I could. Um, so I pretty much got the money back for my ticket. The only thing that I'm now waiting on is my hotel because one of the things that I do is I get most of the time when I book my hotels when I go out of town, I use Priceline, and I've been using Priceline for like years, to the point where now they like consider you like VIP. Um, but I will say that those rates sometimes come in handy. So like the rates that I'm sometimes offered on Priceline can be like $200 lower, $100 lower. Sometimes not anything, but you can get like a real low rate sometimes, through Priceline in comparison to going directly through the hotel's website or through another third party website. So for the most part, I always use Priceline. Um, and now again, it doesn't happen all the time because sometimes, girl, the rate might be you might get like a $10 discount. Sometimes you won't get anything. Um, so, anyways, the biggest problem that I'm having right now, is that I got my rate. I booked my hotel through Priceline, but I did non-refundable. That's another thing too. So sometimes with Priceline, you do get a low, 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 low rate, but girl, the hotel is going to be non-refundable. Okay, which means if your ass don't go, you ain't getting your money back. But I got the insurance. Thank God. Girl, so when I was about to check out, you can get the insurance to cover your trip just in case something comes up, you get sick, you miss your flight is canceled, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, should I get the insurance? I was like, I think I'll be okay. Girl, I got the insurance, thank God. So now I had to send over all types of paperwork. I had to go to the doctor because you have to have you have to go through all these loops and hoops and to try to get your money back. So because I'm sick, I had to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor on Tuesday. You have to have a doctor's note, right? Basically stating that you are sick. And then you have to send that over. Then you have to send over what you paid for the hotel. You have to send over the itinerary. You have to send over that it actually is non-refundable. You have to go through a whole bunch of stuff. So I sent all that stuff over. Um, and now I'm just waiting to hear back if I'm going to get my money back. Because if I don't get my money back for the hotel, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay? But I got my money back for the ticket. Now I'm just waiting to get my money back for the hotel. Um, yeah, and then that was it. And then I was gonna rent a car because I usually don't rent cars when I go out of town. But I was, I like to do a lot of research before I go places. Like I like to, you know, pretend that I'm ordering an Uber or a Lyft, and then going to places that I want to go. And girl, I was like, girl, this shit is hot. And I realized a lot because I only been to LA one time. I remember the first time I went to LA, it was like $75 just to get to and from the airport. Like one way, it was like 75, and back it was like 75. And then once you start to calculate like those trips, girl, you might as well just rent a car. So I was like, let me just rent a car because it'll be a whole lot cheaper. So I canceled the car. That wasn't a problem. But yeah, the only thing I have to worry about now is my money for my hotel room. Hopefully everything works out. But yeah, so that was what it was. I didn't get to go to the BET Awards. I'm so 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 angry. However, I did watch it, and I do not watch award shows. I have not watched the award show in its entirety in years. Usually, I just watch the clips online or the performances on YouTube. But because I didn't go, I was like, well, let me just watch the BET Awards so I can pretend. And so I actually have a review over the BET Awards. Um, should I go ahead and do the review right now since we're already talking about it? Or should I just wait? It would make sense for me to do it for me to do it right now, right? Since we're already talking about it. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it right now. It just makes sense since we can just tie this all in together. Let me look over the notes. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the BET Awards recap right now. Just a minute. So we're gonna go ahead and do the mini recap of the BET Awards. Again, I was not. I usually don't watch the BET Awards anymore. I don't really watch any award show, honestly. But because I was supposed to be in attendance at this award show, and because I could not make it, I decided to just watch it. And plus, I didn't have anything else to do. So let me just start off by saying this. Um, Even though I have not watched an award show, girl, I watched the whole award show. I think the whole award show was like 4.5 hours, and I think it cut off. As a matter of fact, not. I think it did cut off. It didn't even record Kirk Franklin's performance. I had to go to YouTube to watch his performance. But I think the whole award show was like 4.5, 5 hours. It was long, long. When I say you long, if I would have went, I already told myself I wasn't staying the whole time because I was thinking about traffic, getting in the building, getting out the building, and I just didn't want to be caught up in no mess. So I was like, I was just gonna go, and then once I realized it was probably gonna be towards the end, I was gonna leave. Girl. So, anyways, um, I have to say, I felt like this award. I love the award show. I did. I really did. And again, I can't really say it was better than last year's or the year before because I didn't watch. But I'll just say based off of how I feel and a lot of the comments online, they have said that has been one of the best BET Awards show in a very long time. Um, I love the award show. I thought Kevin Hart did a great job. I thought he was funny. I was laughing as soon as he walked out. You know, not to sound classist or elitist, but I'm happy. I do want the BET Awards to start to go. I understand that we are in a time where we have the baddies and the you know you know but I do believe I just remember the time when you had the who's who of Black Hollywood at the BET Awards. It was Prince and Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson and Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington was there this year, thank God. She had a little class to it. You had like the who's who of the Black Hollywood at the BET Awards. And then I just remember like a year or two ago, it's no shade, it's shade. I saw Ceci Red, which is okay. She's a rapper. She had a big year, so I understand her being there and performing. I actually did like her performance when she performed that year. But then I saw her, and I think it was Krishan, and Krishan was pregnant at the time. And they had their shoes off, and I think Krishan was dancing in the middle of the aisle, pregnant, barefoot. And I was like, baby, what in the ghetto gutter snipe shit is going on? And y'all wonder why the girls of the girls of the girls of the girls don't want to go to the BET Awards. Because Angela Bassett don't want to be sitting down and look to her right, and girl, you got Krishan ghetto ass pregnant throwing her ass in a circle. I'm sorry, y'all. I get it's one thing for Natalie Nunn to be at the awards. Okay, girl. Natalie Nunn can be there. But I don't think the whole cast of baddies need to be at the BET Awards. And if they do, they need to be sitting back there with us. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, anyways, but yeah, I like, this year, and I think it was last year also. I just felt like it was a whole bunch of baby mamas on the red carpet. Who is this? Oh, that's so and so baby mama. Who is that? Oh, that's big so and so baby mama. I just felt like it was like a baby mama convention almost. If you got a baby by a rapper, a basketball player, they were on the red carpet. Why are they on the red carpet? Where's Beyonce? Girl, where is Nicki? Where is Reed? Where is Kerry Washington? Where is Denzel Washington? Where is Angela Bassett? You said where are the girls and boys at? Anyways, um, so Kevin Hart was really really funny. I was surprised. I didn't know when did they start doing allowing them to curse because Kevin Hart says shit. I know at least 10 times. They were letting the girls curse, and they were now some of the curse words they were bleeping out, but Kevin was dropping S words here and there. Um, I thought his suit looked nice. His suit was really really nice. Um, they did. Now this is where I was like, oh girl. They did a 106 in Park um, tribute. For me, it was just, it was the nostalgia of it all. It really was. Girl. So they started out, 106 in Park, for those who don't know, was basically a countdown video show. It was show, I think that it was the top 10 videos of the day, and it would come on after we got out of school, and everybody used to watch 106 in Park. It started out with Free and AJ as the original host. Um, and then after, I forgot what happened with AJ and Free, and then they switched out hosts here and there, and then it was like Terrence, I think Rose and Roxy, and then I think Bow Wow became a host at one point. They had a few hosts, but the original host was Free and AJ. It started out with Ashanti. You know, Ashanti. You know, I don't know if the girls know, but Ashanti was the first, I think, R&B girly to sell over 500,000 copies of her album, debut album, I believe. Ashanti has broken records. Um, but Ashanti came out. She performed some songs. Jim Jones, he came out. He performed a couple of songs. A. Marie, girl, the way y'all been turning up my girl A. Marie, girl, listen, girl. I did not watch the Tiny Desk with A. Marie, but the way y'all been turning A. Marie up online, oh my god, I'm not even gonna watch. Baby, the way y'all been turning A. Marie up, all up and through online, girl. I'm about to piss y'all off, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Listen, God, y'all about to roll y'all eyes. I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all about to get some shit started right now. I don't care what none of y'all say. Beyonce did steal that girl's sound, girl. Because this is the thing. This is the thing. That listen. This is the thing that y'all don't want to admit. Back in the day, as misogynistic, sexist, trifling as it sounds, every man had a girl. You had L.A. Reid, Tony Braxton. You had Timbaland, Aaliyah. You had Clive Davis, Whitney Houston. You had Renee, Celine Dion. You know what I'm saying? You had Tommy, was it Tommy? And then Mariah. You had Rich, and you had A. Marie. You gotta be very, very clear, okay? Matthew came and snatched up Rich, girl, knowing that A. Marie was the go-go girl. Be very clear, girl. Go-go is from the DMV. A. Marie was the go-go girl. Matthew came and snatched up Rich, girl, and had him go over there and girl produce Crazy in Love. Be very clear. Now, no, Avery is nowhere near talented as Beyonce, but what I am saying is, girl, Matthew, they did steal Avery sound, and that's just what it is. You had Rodney Jerkins, Brandy. Yes. Anyways, but girl, y'all been turning my girl up online. I said, oh my God. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, I did listen to like a few seconds of it, girl. It was girl, I said, oh. But girl, quiet as it's kept, A. Marie sound like A. Marie. There were some parts, I will say this much. You know what I think it is too? A. Marie, she can't sing that high anymore. And the girl is still like, girl, you're going to have to bring it down. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that too. Like, hey, Marie, you can't, your voice has probably dropped. You know what I'm saying? You done had a baby, girl, you older now. Hey, Marie probably in her, has been her 40s. Hey, Marie, you can't sound like you sounded when you was 18. Let me see how old A. Marie is. Let me see. A. Marie is 45. Hello? But anyways, A. Marie looks damn good, baby. A. Marie looks great. When I tell you A. Marie looks great, Baby, A. Marie looks the same. Mama looks damn good. So she came out, she sung One Thing, which is probably her biggest song. One Thing is still a bop to this very day. She did good. I think she redeemed herself with her performance at the BET Awards. And then you had Keisha Cole come out. She sung I Should Have Cheated. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, girl. Keisha Cole's debut album, The Way It Is, baby, Keisha Cole's first album was everything. Ashanti's first album was everything too. Girl, quiet as it's kept. Girl, the girls don't want to. The girls don't want to. The girls who know. The girls who know. A. Marie, All I Have, baby, one of the best albums ever. I have always put A. Marie's All I Have album in my top five. Girl, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the top three. A. Marie's All I Have. hmm Even her second album. But that All I Have is something serious, baby. Um, and then Maya, girl, Maya is that girl, baby. Maya, I have always been a fan of Maya's. Maya is that girl. She came out and she sung "Case of the X." Honey, girl, Miss Thing, girl, the mic was on, baby. I said, "Oh." Miss Maya came out with some heels on and an oversized blazer, still dancing. That's another one of the girls. Let me tell y'all a quick story about Maya. One of the cousins was online talking about Maya the other day, um, and I was telling her how I had a story about Miss Maya. So back in the day, this was around 2000. This had to be around the time Case of the was this around the time Case of the X came out? I believe so. I can't remember. But anyways, back at Texas Southern University, where excellence is in achievement, it was homecoming week, and they had Maya come to perform, and she performed at the TSU gymnasium. And I remember basically one of the cousins was saying how Maya, long story short, like she's a perfectionist, and how um, I think she was saying her fiance used to be like the road manager, the tour manager, or something. He worked with Maya to some capacity, and he would be telling her how like Maya didn't play, how like everything had to be like 100% right before they went home. Um, and I remember she was performing at TSU homecoming, and we were there excited, girl, because I love Maya, still love Maya. And the show started, and I'm telling y'all, they came out, and they were when I tell you, they were dancing their asses off. Girl, the curtain came up, and baby mom and them came out full force, dancing their asses off. And something happened with the sound. I think it was a sound. I swear to God, on my grandmother's grave, Maya stopped the whole fucking show. Girl. And she said something like, "Oh, hell no." She was like, "Nope, nope, start all over." She stopped the show right then and there, and I bet they started all over. I don't know what she said when she went back. I don't know if she cursed somebody ass out. They went backstage. All the dancers went back behind the curtain. The curtain went down. We sat there and we waited. And then probably about 5 or 10 minutes later, the show restarted. She stopped the whole show. I said, "Baby," and she did her thing too. Anyway, so shout out to Maya. Ti comes out, he does his thing. Girl, really and truly, to me, the first 30-35 minutes of the show, like their performances, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's sad, but it's no shade to the performers on the show. I thought everybody did their thing. Um, but I just felt like it's the performers from the 106 and Park days. They did something for myself, and that's why whenever I come down here and I'm like, I have an appreciation for today's artists. I do, but it's something about the girls and boys from yesteryear that just do something to my spirit. Like I don't know, it's just something about I don't know because I just feel like everybody brought something different to the table. You had the A. Marie, you had the Keisha Cole, you had the Ashanti, you had the Beyonce, the Christina Aguilera, the Britney Spears, the Justin Timberlake, you know what I'm saying? The Chris Brown. Like everybody kind of you had to have some type of talent Anyway, let me shut up. So Ti, he comes out, he does his thing. Free came out. She does an introduction to B2K. B2K, they did their thing. B2K, girl, they used to be they used to be one of the groups. Bow Wow came out. You know, I have to give Bow Wow his props. Bow Wow has done a lot of things throughout his career. He was singing the song with Sierra. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, girl. I thought Sierra was coming out. I said, well, girl, Sierra come out, girl, I'm going to holler and scream. She didn't come out. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think Sierra wrong for not coming out? Or do y'all think she should have came out for the culture? Believe it or not, I'm not mad at Sierra for not coming out. For the most part, I'm always kind of like, girl, it's just a song. But from what the people said online, they said that Bow Wow has disrespected Sierra. Um, they said something. He said something along the lines of allegedly he said I smashed her first or something like that. So on top of the disrespect, um, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, even though you know, I'll just say I know how people can get. If Ciara would have come out singing that song and knowing that her and Bow Wow used to be a couple, I could see how people would start to be like, "Oh, I miss them," or some, and then the conversation of disrespect to Russell and all. So I could see I probably wouldn't have done it either. Girl, y'all better put my voice on the backtrack because I ain't coming out. Girl, y'all about to start no shit over here in my marriage. Girl, my man get online. People start talking about how they, girl, they look so good together. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, no, we don't. 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 So I wasn't mad at Sierra. Would it have been nice for her to come out on stage? It would have. But am I mad that she didn't? No, I'm not. I'm not. If she would have, I would have loved it. But she didn't. It is what it is. Um, they didn't really hand out. I don't know if y'all noticed, but they didn't really hand out a lot of awards. This was to me like a really like a big concert in a way. Um, I remember them handing out probably five besides the Icon Awards. I know they did Best New Artist, which was Leon Thomas. I just got into his album probably like a month or two ago, probably like 2 or 3 months ago. His album is really, really good. Um, like it's pretty much great. But he won Best New Artist. Doechii won Best Female Hip Hop. Um, Glorilla won like a Doctor what's what's the nigga name? Bobby Jones. They all girl, no, I'm about to be real messy. Cause they said Bobby Jones was one of the kids. Is that true? I don't know. I'm asking a question. I used to always hear people say Bobby Jones was one of the kids. Let me shut up. Um, Mariah Carey, she received an Icon Award. Girl, do y'all know this is Mariah Carey's first BET Award? Girl. When I tell y'all, girl, I'm not gonna lie. When I tell Mariah, baby, Mariah say, girl, I'm just here because I gotta be. Girl, I'm here so I won't get fined. When I tell Mariah came out on stage, baby, when I tell Mariah looks damn good, Mariah looks great. Mariah looks fantastic. Mariah Carey looks fantastic. She does. But when I tell you that bitch was tipping on that stage, Mariah, baby, Mariah, baby, Mariah is, baby, one time Mariah, baby, barely moved on that stage. Now listen, Mariah ain't never been this girl, you know, hair slanging girl, you know, throwing her ass in a circle type of girl. But Mariah, girl, she gonna give you just a tip, girl, tip on hardwood floors, 10 across the board. Shout out to Beyonce, girl. When I tell you that Mariah was going, all she gonna do is tip. I'm talking about a tip. Girl, she did. I think the most Mariah did was this. I think she hit her hip 2 or 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. She did a little thing like this. I think she did a little shimmy shake, and that's all she did. And she stood right there. I said, but Listen, I'm not mad at it, even though it's kind of like Mariah, girl. You can give us just a little extra shimmy, shimmy, right? We're not expecting you to be on stage, girl, doing a full 8 count. You ain't Mariah ain't never been a dancer, girl. But I was like, Mariah, you can give us a little something, something. But I guess she said, girl, that's all y'all getting, girl. Girl, that's all y'all getting from me. That's all y'all getting from me, girl. Um, Mariah is probably one of the few. To me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, girl. I feel like when it comes to music catalog, Mariah, Mary J. Blige, Janet Jackson are like in a league of their own. I'm not talking about voices. I'm talking about just the music, the songs. I do. Mariah Carey definitely. Mariah Carey got some bops on top of bops on top of bops on top of bops on top of bops. I love the fact that Mariah was like the pretty girl who used to hang around the hood niggas. What a hood niggas at?
Where the hood niggas at? Where's the hood niggas at? I'm looking for the hood niggas. Come on. Come with me.
I love that. Like Mariah, like she was like the pretty girl who just wanted to make the hood songs. Yes. But she could do all of it though. Anyways, girl, did y'all hear girl, hold up. Kevin Hart made a joke. He was basically it was him and like the Real Husbands of Hollywood. Remember that show, The Real Husbands of Hollywood? Some people didn't like the show. I thought the show was hilarious. I used to watch it from time to time. The times I did watch it, I used to laugh my ass off. Um, he told Nick Cannon they were basically doing this skit about Father of the Year, Walmart's Father of the Year award, and then Nick Cannon said, he told Nick Cannon, Nick, you're not a great dad. You're more bitch. Bitch. When Kevin Hart told Nick Cannon, Kevin, when he said, Nick, you're not a great dad. You're more like a tribe leader. The way, bitch, the way I screamed in this house. Yeah. Baby, the way I was over here laughing and coughing and laughing and coughing, girl. They also did a Quincy Jones tribute. I don't know what that was. It was Lucky Day, Luke James, and somebody else. I'm tell you, Luke James is fine as hell. And Luke James, baby, that Luke James, baby. That Luke James sings boots. Girl, that Luke James, baby, that thing sings down. Hello? The Jamie Foxx tribute, girl. I just realized. Mariah did her own tribute, right? Nobody else paid. Girl, I guess nobody really else could. I mean, uh, let me shut up. It's girl, you know, singing a Mariah Carey song is hard. Girl, they could have had Shantae Moore. They should have had Shantae Moore quiet as it's kept. Girl, they would have. Girl, Mariah would have got pissed off. Because Shantae Moore would have tore up a Mariah Carey song. They should have had Shantae Moore do a Mariah Carey tribute. That would have been sickening. Anyways, Jamie Foxx tribute. Oh my god, I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Girl, Babyface. Let me tell you something. Babyface is a legend. Babyface is paying tribute to Jamie Foxx. That's probably one of the most. It just goes to show that Babyface probably doesn't even look at himself like a legend. Because you know how many people at that age, at their status in their career, will probably be paying tribute to somebody else. Babyface paid tribute. Tank is another one. That's a singing nigga too. Jennifer Hudson with her hollering ass, but this time it made sense. You know, Jennifer Hudson gonna holler. Girl, that baby gonna holler for $1. But it fit the song. I thought everybody did a fantastic job. When I tell you Jamie Foxx was losing it, I'm talking about boohoo crying on stage. Jamie probably had one of the best speeches, not because of him crying, just because I felt like it was sincere. I thought it was genuine, and I have to give Jamie Foxx his props. I'm telling y'all, I remember stuff like this. Jamie Foxx, he basically was saying that he holds awards from us. Um, they're just as important, or not if it's not as they're just as important, or not more important than the awards from like the Oscars and stuff like that. I'm telling you, I remember Jamie Foxx saying, this is probably like 10, 15 years ago. I remember Jamie Foxx saying, I think it was the NAACP Awards. I wish I could find it. I'm almost like 99.9% sure that it was Jamie Foxx. He said the same thing about him appreciating awards that come from Black people more than awards from other people. And the simple fact that he's repeating the same thing like 10, 15 years later lets me know that he really does believe that. Because I'm telling you, he said this before some years ago. I think it was the NAACP Awards. I believe it was NAACP Awards, and I believe it was Jamie Foxx. I'm almost sure it was, though. So, anyways, his speech was good. It was funny. Um, it was emotional. But I loved his tribute, and I loved his speech. Teddy Riley came out. Dougie Fresh came out. T-Pain. He really had a good tribute. And then album of the year went to Kendrick Lamar. Tiana Taylor's performance was everything to me. Bitch, let me tell y'all something. So I'm over here, right? And I saw the stuff before I even watched the awards because I recorded it, my DVR, did the DVR. And I saw like a little clip or something online. I did not know that. I thought Tiana was like a robot or some shit. I thought that was just like I thought that was like a part of the I thought that was like probably like I can't explain it. I didn't think it was Tiana. I thought it was probably like a TV screen that was a part of her performance, and they were having like a robot in the air. They one time Miss Tiana was up in the air dancing, bitch. Miss Thing was in the air dancing, girl, in the air, girl, by some strings, baby. It was a good performance. The only thing these songs be too. You know that song is really like 2 minutes long when you go to Apple. The song is cute. I love the song and I love the performance. I thought it was everything. Miss Thing did her thing, but I was just like, girl, these short songs be doing something to my spirit. I don't like it. Tyler Perry gave a great speech. We got to talk about Tyler Perry in the next video, girl. We got to talk about Straw. But Tyler Perry did a great video. I mean, did a great video. He gave a great speech. I liked his speech. I did. Busta Rhymes came out and he introduced Mariah to get her award because she performed first and then she received her award later. Baby, I fast forward through Busta. What the fuck was Busta talking about? I said, baby, Busta. I said Busta, either Busta. Girl, I was like, girl, I was so confused. Girl, I remember stopping and pressing play, and the nigga was still talking. I said, And then even before he introduced her, he gave another like 30-second spiel. Girl, what I say, baby, Busta was acting like this is his last time, and he wanted to let people know. I said, okay, girl, whatever. Snoop Dogg, even though, girl, he's a Trump supporter. Whatever, though, Dr. Dre introduced him. Why? This is going to sound so crazy. I know it's probably not the truth. I know I probably have. But why I feel like this is my first time ever hearing Dr. Dre speak? I promise. I probably have heard him speak before, but I don't know why I feel like this is my first time hearing him speak. So when he was talking, I was like, oh, girl, have I ever heard him talk before? His voice didn't sound like the way I thought it was going to sound. When I look at him, his voice, he gives me like he would sound like just like having like a rough, like Not to say his voice is delicate. Come on, delicate. It's not delicate, but it's not as rough as I thought it was gonna be. I was like, oh, I don't know. But anyways, Snoop Dogg received his Icon Award. I'm not gonna lie, Snoop Dogg has some bangers, baby. One of my favorite songs of all time is "Beautiful." Oh, girl, "Beautiful." Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson. I don't know. I don't know how y'all don't love that song if you don't love it. I think that's one of the best songs of all time. I really do. But Snoop Dogg has some bangers too. Baby, did y'all see Angela? Bitch, did y'all see Angela from Real Housewives of Atlanta? The girl right behind Keke Palmer. Girl, she had a fan. Girl, when I tell you Angela was right behind Keke Palmer with a fan in her hand, girl. I said, baby, Miss Thing gonna have that fan everywhere she goes. Everywhere she goes, baby, Miss Angela is gonna have that fan. Shout out to Angela Oakley. Um, I put Snoop Dogg was doing choreography. Girl, Snoop Dogg was up there doing choreography and everything, dancing. It was real cute. Even though Snoop Dogg get on my goddamn nerves, but Snoop Dogg really gave me. I was like, oh, girl, he's actually a good performer. I was not expecting that from Snoop Dogg, but he really put on the show. I was like, oh, this is really, really cute. Oh, Kirk Franklin, baby. So I had to go to YouTube because my DVR stopped recording the BET Awards. So I had to go to YouTube to see Kirk Franklin's tribute. Baby, Kirk did a good job. When I tell you Kirk Franklin, let me stop looking at these sakes. When I say Kirk is fine as hell. Baby, Kirk is fine as hell. Baby, Kirk be dressing his ass off too. Kirk be dressing, baby. Kirk be dressing. Kirk be dressing, baby. His tribute was everything to me. Baby, Money Long. I didn't know who the guy was until afterwards. It was a guy who won American Idol this year, and Tamar Braxton. When I tell you, baby, I don't even know why Money Long was out on the stage. When I tell you, Tamar was out singing all of them. Girl, Tamar came out, baby. Tamar, that mic came on, baby. Tamar got the ad libbing and hollering and screaming. Girl, not like in a bad way. I thought Tamar was singing her ass off. I said, I don't know why they have Money Long on that stage. No shade to Money Long. And the other boy, I don't even remember hearing the boy sing. I'm saying the only person I remember hearing was Tamar. Tamar was singing like, "This is my chance. This is my time to shine." Tamar was singing her ass off. That's a singing bitch. Tamar is messy as hell, but man, that's a singing bitch right there, though. I've always been a fan of Tamar's music since high school. I purchased Tamar's debut album for $5 from Walmart. I still remember when I was in high school. I've always been a fan of Tamar's music. She needs to work on her attitude sometimes. But I like Tamar though. She's just messy. You know what it is about Tamar? I'm gonna move on. Tamar, I don't like the fact that Tamar is messy and she act like she's not messy. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. But yeah, Tamar was out singing the girls and boys. And that's just my little recap for the oh, they did the Angie. They did a Roberta Flack tribute, and then they did I forgot the girl, the light skinned chick with the green eyes, Andrea. And we rise up, girl, the girl who sing "We Rise Up." I think that's her. She sung the Roberta Flack tribute, and then some girl I never heard of her before. She did a tribute to Angie Stone. Yeah. And then there are a couple of artists. One of the girls I heard of because she has a song with Kaytranada. Raven Lene. I've heard of her before, and then the other big guy, I think I've heard of him before too. So they basically like kind of had like two I'll say not well known artists, even though I've kind of heard of them before on stage, like before going to break. But for the most part, yeah, I thought this was a great. Oh, Ledisi performed a song called "Black Woman." Playboy Cardi, girl, who is girl the nigga girl? I'll fast forward. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Girl, Jennifer came out screaming. Jennifer was screaming, baby. That's a singing bitch too. Sometimes Jennifer overdo Jennifer has to be singing the right song for Jennifer to sound good to me. Jennifer can sing, but sometimes Jennifer, Jennifer has a voice only meant for certain songs, especially if she's trying to um, do a cover of somebody's song. Like to me, Jennifer does not sound right singing Whitney Houston songs, Mariah Carey songs, none of that. Mm-mm. What else? I love that. I love that Doechii kept her purse with her. Girl, agree. She had a purse when she went on when she went on stage. She also gave a little cute little speech too. Shout out to Doechii. We love Doechii over here. You know the girls tried to say Doechii was a what the motherfuckers called her, an industry plant. Oh, y'all, let me shut up. Free, girl, we love Free and AJ. I remember when Free. I remember we used to call the boot. You know, boots, pointy boots now. The boots that everybody wear. We used to call them Free boots back in the day because I remember Free was the first person I had ever saw with who wore boots like that on TV. Period. And we used to call them the Free boots. Free boots. That's what we called them. Free used to be so fly. Quincy Jones tribute, girl. We already talked about that. Jamie's speech was good. Girl, he's grateful to be alive. I said, I know that's right. Bitch, I'm so pissed off, girl. Let me tell you, I was really planning on going to LA. I was gonna be at somebody's party. Girl, not no Diddy party, hello. But I was gonna be at somebody's party. Ask me how I was gonna get inside. I don't know, but I was gonna get inside though. Cause one, I was gonna look the part. Hey, come on, baby. I was gonna look the part. That was gonna be my first thing, or just make sure you look the part, then you might can get inside. If you look a fool, then they're gonna let you inside. If you look the part, you can get inside. So, anyways, child, but I didn't go. I heard Jamie Foxx had an after party. That's the one I would want to go to. I saw Nene at the after party. I saw Angela at the after party. Pictures online, not I saw, but pictures online, videos and stuff I saw online. Anyways, that's just my little mini BT 2025 awards show recap. All right, y'all. I'll be back later. We can get into girl the mess. All right, bye, y'all.